Hey planner friends! Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be planning from the 21st to the 27th of November in my medium passion planner. Let's get started! So the kit that I'm using this week is Give Thanks from Plannerface, and this is a slightly older style mini kit from Plannerface, so I decided to bring in this orange floral deco sheet as well. I do PR for Plannerface, so you can use my code in the description to save yourselves a little bit of money and also mention me for a freebie, and the Black Friday sale is still going on at Plannerface until tomorrow if you're watching this on the day that it goes up. This week I was seeing some of my extended family for the first time in a while, so I decided to pull in some foil as well, and this is just some freebies from Tilly Journals that I got from one of her recent sales. So as always, I'm starting with the pen base of my spread. I've shaded in the parts of the timelines where I'm going to be asleep, and then I've gone in with my Grey Stabilo fine liner to mark in my alarm times and split my personal and work to do checklists in half so that I have a section for each day of the week plus a this week space. I've then marked in my work hours using the fine liner side of my Blueberry Passion marker, which is my theme colour for November, and now I'm writing in my meals for the week, so breakfast, lunch and dinner on each day. As usual, I'm not marking in breakfast on days where I don't have an alarm set just in case I sleep in, and also I'm not marking in lunch in this way on Saturday because it's a family lunch, so I'll be using a sticker for that. Once I've got all of those meals in, I'm then going to highlight over all of those with my Blueberry Passion marker, as well as use the fine liner side to mark in all of the days of the week for my checklists. I'm then also going to highlight over all of the checklists and colour in the daily focus boxes of days where I'm not going to be at work. This blue passion marker doesn't exactly match the colours in this kit because the blue in the kit is a kind of dark navy blue, and that used to be the colour that I used for the month of November before I got some lighter passion markers, but I just found it was too dark, even though the whole idea of using dark blue for November was because it is dark outside because the clocks have changed. But I felt like the light blue still went nicely with this spread and it made it not too dark the whole way through. So that is it for my pen base. Now we can get into some stickers, and as always I'm starting with my meal plan sticker, which is just something that I make in Excel and print off on sticker paper myself. I'm then using the squared off half box from the kit and one of the floral pieces to go in the weekly focus box, and finishing off my sidebar with a habit tracker for my daily check-in and a decorative box from the kit with this quote overlay from my little mini foil bundle over the top of it. The quote says, "The leaf speaks bliss to me, fluttering down from the autumn tree." So we're definitely going very autumnal for this week. Before I move on to the rest of the base, I'm just going to trim this floral deco piece down a little bit so that it doesn't take up quite so much of that squared off half box and I can still write in my focus for the week. Moving on to my washi headers, I've cut one of the 15mm strips from the kit in half to cover my Space of Infinite Possibility and my personal and work to-do list headers, and then I've also cut a 6mm chunk from the second piece of washi to create my extra gratitude header in the bottom left hand corner. So the foil bundle that I'm using doesn't have any washi overlays, so I'm going to use this trick that I've done a couple of times before, where I just use the header overlays to go over my washi headers for the Space of Infinite Possibility and the personal and work to-do list sections. These fit pretty perfectly because this is a slightly older Plannerface kit, so the 15mm strips aren't 15mm yet. I'm also not putting overlays over my gratitude header, firstly because it's a little bit skinnier than the other two headers, and also because I didn't want to run out of glitter headers because I only had a finite amount in this kit. I can then add in the weekend banner from the Plannerface kit and we can get into my plans for the week. So zooming in and starting on Monday, the first thing that I'm marking in the daily focus box is that it was payday, and at the beginning of setting up the spread I kind of forgot about the floral deco sheet, so I'm going to come back at the end and add a lot more floral stuff into the left hand side of this spread. So the way that I've marked payday at the moment is not the way that it will look in the final spread. I'm also using a little thing and the envelope doodle from the kit to mark that I was doing send outs all this week, and then we can move on to Tuesday where I'm using a glitter header and a header overlay and a work from home script from Plannerface to mark in that I was working from home this day. On Tuesday morning there was a work seminar that we had to attend, so I'm using a third box with some deco from the kit and a foil doodle from the foil bundle to mark that in. I had a lot of fun this week with layering deco from the kit with florals and also the little foil doodles as well. Tuesday was also my first weight session of the week, so I'm using a Pinky Stickers printable and a leg day script from Plannerface to mark that in. And then on Tuesday evening I was planning on doing my last bit of pre-filming for Plansmas. I don't want to spoil too much what this pre-filming is for, but I'm using a film script from Plannerface and a paw print foil icon to mark that in. On Wednesday I was duty scientist, so I'm using a event label from the kit and a Joy of Planning scientist girl to mark that in, and a laptop doodle from the foil bundle to mark in my usual Wednesday afternoon seminar. On Wednesday evening I was doing some yoga at home, so I'm marking that in with a Pinky Stickers printable. Again, I didn't manage to get on the gym class and I'm on the waitlist for next week as well. I don't know why it's such a nightmare to try and get onto yoga at my gym. Flipping over to the second half of the week, I'm again using a glitter header with a header overlay and a work from home script in Plannerface to mark in that I was working from home. I didn't have a lot going on at work this day, so I'm then going to mark in my second weight session of the week, again using a Pinky Stickers printable and a push day script from Plannerface. And then I'm going to mark out a reminder to take the bins out using a bin icon from a Plannerface multicolour doodle sheet and the recycling day script from the foil bundle. On Friday morning we had a team meeting, so I'm using a quarter box with the phone doodle from the kit to mark that in, and then I also had my COVID booster at lunchtime, so I'm using a skinny event label with a little hand sanitizer and face mask doodle to mark that in. My arm hurts and I had a really bad headache yesterday, but I'm feeling a lot better today. On Friday evening I wanted to have some planning time, so I'm cutting down one of the flags from the kit to make it a little bit smaller, and then I'm using that with the planner doodle from the kit and a planning time script from the foil bundle to mark that in. I quite like the size of the flags in the newer format of Plannerface mini kit, so I've started trimming down the older format ones. So moving on to Saturday, this was the day that I was going to see some extended family, which is the whole reason for using this kit. So I'm starting by marking in my driving there and back using event labels and car doodles from Plannerface. My original plan for this day had been to get the train, but then there was train strikes, so I couldn't do that, so I had to drive the whole way there and back in one day. It's only like an hour and a half drive, but it felt longer because it was absolutely chucking it down with rain the entire way. The reason for all of the driving was a family meal that we were having with my extended family on my dad's side, so I'm using a half box with some deco from the kit and a fork and knife icon from the foil bundle to mark that in. Before I drove home I was just going to spend some time with my mum and dad, so I'm finally remembering that I have that floral deco sheet to use, and I'm also pairing that with a family time script from the foil bundle just to mark in chatting and catching up with my parents. I'm then popping in my usual half box for whatever I got up to on Saturday evening, which was just playing some video games and chilling out because I was knackered after the drive. Moving on to Sunday, I'm first marking in some cleaning time using a 3-hut cleaning checklist box from the kit and the vacuum doodle, and then I'm marking in recording this voiceover using a long flag, but I'm just trimming the flag portions off so it's just more of a box, with some deco from the kit and a voiceover script from Plannerface. Oh, I initially put an edit script in by accident, but I'll change it for a voiceover script later. Sunday's going to be a bit of a busy day just because I'm trying to fit in all of the stuff that I didn't do yesterday as well. So I'm using an event label with a grocery doodle from the kit and a grocery script from the foil bundle to mark in picking up my click and collect. And then I'm marking in uploading this video using a bit of the Monday to Sunday box that I've cut up with a YouTube button icon from Ickle & Co and an upload script from Plannerface. And I'm also going to fit in my longest wait session of the week this afternoon. So just a bit of a busy one today then. So here is where I remembered to pull in loads more of that floral deco from the floral deco sheet. I've pulled up the way that I had payday marked originally, and I'm just putting that payday script and my piggy bank doodle over some floral deco. I also decided that in some spots where I might usually put a little glitter header just to fill in some space, like after leg day, I would fill that in with some floral deco instead, and I've also decided to put some floral deco under my recycling day script. Now that I've got a lot of floral deco in the spread, I'm going to start adding in some of my decorative boxes to fill in the space when I'm at work, because I don't like putting too much work stuff in this planner. As always, I've trimmed down these boxes vertically on the sticker paper, and then I'm trimming them horizontally on my planner so they fit nicely within the timelines. And then for the overlays, I've trimmed these completely on the sticker paper because if they're slightly the wrong size, it doesn't matter too much because they are transparent matte. I can then go back to my passion marker and add in my dots for the top 2 or 3 things that I get done at work each day, and then I'm going to fill in the last little bits of space around those dots with some half cut glitter headers, which I have pre-stuck overlays onto, so I put the overlay over the glitter header and then cut them in half together. It just adds a little bit more sparkle. I'm then going to add a little bit more of the floral deco in between my COVID booster and my work meeting on Friday morning because I knew I wasn't going to put anything else in that spot. And then that is it for all of my stickers. Now we can go back and fill in all of my plans as usual using my Pilot Friction pen. So this week has actually been pretty good overall. I was really worried about how much I had to do this week, but I think I've managed it pretty well and I'm feeling fairly decent coming to the end of the week, even though I still have to get through this massive to-do list that I have on Sunday. Well, it's not massive. My boyfriend really helped by doing some of the cleaning yesterday, so I don't have quite as much to do, but I feel like having the longest weight session of the week on a Sunday when you've also got loads of household stuff to do isn't the best way that I've ever organised everything. But like I said, I've had a decent week. Work wasn't too busy this week and it wasn't too overwhelming, so it's just kind of back to normal there, and hopefully it will stay vaguely normal in the run up to Christmas. And then I've had some nice lazy evenings and also some productive evenings during the course of the week. Seeing some extended family yesterday was really lovely. I haven't seen a lot of them for years at this point because of COVID and other reasons, but it was just quite a long day because I had a long drive there and a long drive back. I know that an hour and a half isn't like a long drive, but I drive a lot during the week, and normally at the weekends I try to avoid driving as much as possible, so that was a pretty long and tiring day for me. Especially after having my COVID jab on Friday, so I got the Pfizer booster I think, and yeah, I just have a really sore arm and I had a really bad headache yesterday. A lot of people from my work said that it absolutely knocked them out the next day and they were really struggling, but there was one guy on my team who was adamant that the fact that he went to the gym after he got his jab done meant that he didn't get any of the negative effects, and I went to the gym on Friday evening just to fill in a few little accessories that I'd missed on Thursday, and I felt okay, so maybe he was onto something. But of course this is not medical advice. My focus for this week was that I was visiting family, so that was a pretty easy focus to keep because I managed to get down to see my family on Saturday. But that is it for my pre-planning. Let's take a look at the finished spread. So here's the spread all filled out, and I'm really happy with how this one looks. I love how the foil goes with this kit, and I just think it's the perfect little autumnal family meal get together thing. I know it's a Thanksgiving kit and I'm using it on Thanksgiving week, but this was just a regular Christmas family meal for us here in the UK. I'm also definitely going to use more floral deco in future spreads because it was really fun doing some layering with those pieces. And obviously Reggie agrees. So that's everything for this video, friends. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments down below. Drop the video a like if you enjoyed it, and if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you next time. Bye!